Hi, I'm Hillary Earle, and this is Mediation Masterclass. And this week I am sharing tips on how to have a more successful online webcam mediation. So in my past videos, you've seen or I've mentioned that over the last several years, I've managed several online webcam mediation programs. And in that time, we've learned a lot of the ups and the downs that one can encounter in the online world. And so I thought if I could share some of those tips or some of what we've learned, it might help you have a more successful online mediation. So my tip for today is that in addition to the regular paperwork that you send to the clients and the earlier tech instructions that I had outlined in a previous tip, that you also put some just common sense sort of instructions, kind of like manners and etiquette, if you will, okay? Little things that you think people would know, but one thing, for example, something as simple as, hey, when you're set up on your webcam, don't sit in front of a lit window, okay? Because as you know, if you've had anyone participate in your mediations, you can't see any of their features. All you see is a silhouette, and that really puts everyone at a disadvantage. Because we know in mediation, frowns and facial expressions and most physical communication is actually a majority of what we're able to pick up. So you want to make sure that they're not doing that they're kind of set up in the right spot. Two, a lot of folks, when they're not kind of speaking, will shut their video off or put up a still picture. I'd recommend you put in there, please, stay live on the video the entire time. Because doing otherwise really sends a message that you're not really engaged. And it's pretty acceptable, on these Zoom and Skype meetings to do that in a business meeting. But in a mediation, it's really something that you want to kind of steer parties away from. And it's a lot easier to address it in advance in writing than it is to call someone out on it or instruct them to do it, in the session. You run the risk that they might get offended. And then another example would be, a lot of times parties will, while you as the mediator are in a private session with one party, that can take a long time, depending on how good a mediator you are. No, I'm kidding. How challenging the case is. But you now have another party in a private caucus waiting for you. And sometimes little things come up. They want to let the dog out. They need to go, use the restroom. So I generally instruct them in these instructions that if they need to step away from their desk, that they go to the chat, box, and they put in the chat what time they expect to be back. So that if you as the mediator jump in and they, left for some reason, you're not sitting around just waiting. You kind of know when they're going to come back, and you can communicate that way. So I hope you found this tip to be helpful. If you'd like more information about mediation or webcam mediation, check out our website at mediationmasterclass.com. Thanks.